Chinese have completely grind their imports to a halt in August. We expect also very low imports of US crude oil into China next month.
China was once buying 160,000 barrels of US oil every single day. Today, almost nothing. A single 10% tariff, and the world's biggest oil buyer quietly walked away. No speeches, no threats, just silence. Meanwhile, the 47th president was busy yelling about wind turbines and picking fights with Canada over lumber. The result? Gulf Coast ports stand half empty. Pipelines meant to feed Asia are pumping to nowhere. And the rest of the world? They've already moved on. While Beijing locked in long-term oil deals with Russia, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, the man in the Oval Office was still yelling about tariffs like it was 2018. Now Texas ports stand half empty, pipelines pump nowhere, and America, once the energy superpower, just got played out of the world's largest oil market. Is this just a temporary trade dispute, or are we watching America's role in the global energy system quietly disappear? Because this isn't only about oil sales, it's about the dollar, global influence, and the trust that once made the US a partner the world depended on. Before we begin, please note, this video is intended for social commentary and analysis based on publicly available information and a range of academic perspectives. We do not offer conclusions, nor do we support or oppose any organization, policy, or individual. Our goal is to spark reflection and allow each viewer to form their own point of view. The collapse began in February 2025, when China added a 10% tariff on American crude. Within weeks, the orders stopped cold. It wasn't always this way. For years, Chinese demand helped justify billions in Gulf Coast infrastructure. Corpus Christi expanded terminals. Pipelines from Texas to the Gulf were built to handle huge export volumes. Fleets of tankers stood ready, all on the assumption that China's appetite for American oil would keep growing. Instead, Beijing was making other plans. While Trump was still recycling 2018 trade war talking points, China locked in long-term oil deals with Russia, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Iran, all priced in yuan, not US dollars. This wasn't just about saving money. It was about cutting America out of the system entirely. Refineries were retooled for non-US blends. Tanker routes shifted. Payment systems were redesigned to bypass US banks. And Trump? He called it leverage. The rest of the world called it surrender. Look at the port of Houston. Last year, tankers left daily for China, keeping longshore crews working overtime. Today, ships sit idle. Workers face reduced hours and layoffs.
We didn't get respected, but now we will. Now we will when they find out malls are going to shut down because goods can't come in. Right. Car salesmen are going to get laid off. Well, guess what? Everything that comes in this country comes from the containers off these ships.
Psychologists will tell you uncertainty is worse than bad news. Bad news gives you a direction. Uncertainty traps you. That's exactly where Trump's erratic trade policy has left thousands of oil workers, waiting for orders that will never come back. What's the action plan? Energy experts say diversification is the only path. New markets in Europe, India, and South America could absorb some exports. But replacing China's volume is nearly impossible. The longer the White House pretends this is temporary, the worse the long-term damage becomes. While Trump blames others, the rest of the world is moving forward. Mexico and Canada are building the Northern Corridor, a massive logistics route bypassing US ports entirely. India has signed discounted oil contracts with Russia, settled in yuan. Southeast Asia now favors suppliers who accept multiple currencies. Even Europe is using new competition to demand lower US prices and better terms. Trump's America First energy strategy has turned into America Last at the negotiating table. Iran, the country Trump loved to sanction, is now China's second-largest supplier, moving over 1.7 million barrels a day via a covert shadow fleet.
How China secretly purchases oil from Iran in violation of U.S. sanctions.
And as you're about to see, China uses what is called a dark fleet of tankers to transfer oil ship to ship, often off the coast of Malaysia.
As Anna Coren reports, the U.S. Treasury Department has announced new sanctions targeting Iran's dark fleet.
Both ships have a net or something, a tarp, deployed over the stern, covering the name and identification number. It's obvious deceptive practice.
Further analysis from tanker trackers reveals the ship on the left is the elusive Stella Oracle, laden with Iranian oil.
These barrels used to be American. Now they're not just gone. They're feeding this isn't a glitch in the market. It's a restructuring of power. Oil flows, payment systems, and trade alliances are being redrawn. And the United States isn't even in the room. Trump promised energy dominance. What we got was empty docks, pipelines to nowhere, and a White House still shouting about winning while the world quietly rearranges itself. Power doesn't vanish in one moment. It evaporates when people stop needing you. China didn't slam the door in our face. They built a new house with different locks, different rules, and no key for us. So here's the question. When the rest of the world learns they can live without American oil, how long before they decide they can live without American influence? What do you think? Is this just a trade hiccup? Or has Trump's bluster cost America a place in the global energy order for good? Drop your thoughts below. And subscribe so you don't miss the next time someone calls it winning, while the world quietly leaves us behind.